Hey guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Amber and today is episode 2 of Painting with Pocket Palettes, which is a little series that I'm making here on YouTube where in each video I will be picking one of my little pocket palettes to be inspired by and create a page in my handmade sketchbook. So I'll link the last video, the very first episode in this series, up in the cards. That was last week's video. No, it wasn't. The week before's video. If you want to go and check that out. And in that one, we painted this page. So this was inspired by a wonderful art book that I've got called Creative Abstract Watercolour, and I always use that book. I'm always very inspired by that book. So today I thought I might change it up a little bit and be inspired by one of these books instead. And I think I put them both on the table just to have a look at, but I think I actually really want to create this page, like a page like this. So this book is Modern Watercolor Workshop by Pooja Kenjale, Umrani. So I shall link the books and everything down in the description if you're interested, but we'll take a look at those in a moment. But first, let's have a look at what our pocket palette is for the day. So we're doing them in order so we can make a nice 25-part series in order, and today's card is this one. So this, unlike last week, which was this one, or last video, because I'm saying last week but it was the last video, I didn't know that I was going to like this colour palette very much, because it's just kind of like a lot of different colours, you know. There's not necessarily much colour harmony going on there, but I really like the painting that I got out of it. So it's fun to swatch the colours out in the back of my book there. I used the Daniel Smith watercolours for that one. But yeah, I wasn't sure whether I was really going to enjoy the colour palette, but I did. But this one is actually a colour palette that I really love. So I'm excited to just get started with this. If you have purchased pocket palettes from me, then thank you very much. When I put my art haul out a couple of weeks ago and mentioned my pocket palettes and that I was going to create this series, you guys sold them out within a day, and I never had like loads in stock. I think I only had about 12, but you know, I'm just so incredibly grateful that you guys were inspired by these and you really wanted a deck yourself. So if you do, you can find them in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description. And if you have them and you want to paint along with me today, then grab your card and let's go. So what else did I want to show you? So I bought myself a new brush today, and this is why. I think I got this book out to have a quick look at, but I already pretty much knew what I was going to do, to be honest. I'm really inspired by florals at the moment, and I really want to do like a big page of kind of messy floral art. So I want to make sure you can see everything. Got my coffee here, just have a sip while we have a little flip through this book. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? I'd like to try that. Interesting. That's like, so you start off with a real light layer of paint, a really light wash, and then you get darker and darker. That's really cool. I'd like to try something like that. Where is the flowers? I love things like that too. Just can you see? Kind of. Let's move this a second while we have a little flip through. This is such a wonderful book. Haven't really given you a proper flip through of this one yet, I don't think. Another fun one. Are these not the most perfect projects to play with colour palettes with? They're wonderful. So many fun ones in here. Another one really fun for colour palettes. There's so many different options in here as well. I thought the florals were at the front, but obviously I was wrong. Oh, here we are. here we are. So the way she shows you how to paint these is with a filbert watercolour brush. So I went to Hobbycraft today to grab some fabrics for some new pencil rolls and art journals, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I've got a £5 voucher. I'm going to buy myself one of these nice oval wash brushes. So it looks like it's probably a little bit bigger than hers, to be honest. Hang on. So much instruction in this book, and it lays really flat, which is nice. Oh, okay, so she has got kind of the same brush, and a size a ½ inch. That's what I've got. Perfect. Oval or filbert brush for florals. Size 6 round brush for leaves. Okay, so I've got all that. And I would just like to really create... Where's my palette gone? Losing things. I'd like to create a page like this, but with this colour palette. So I guess let's choose some colours next thing. And then what we're going to do, what I'm going to do now is push this aside for a second, this book. I'm thinking let's get the Kuretake Gansai paints out. Let's take a look at my Daniel Smith ones for a moment, because I do love my Daniel Smith paints. They make me incredibly happy. I love them so much. Could use a couple here. No, we're going to go with the Kuretake today. Seems using colour palettes with my Kuretake paints is one of my favourite things. My favourite combos. And I just know there's going to be so many wonderful colours that match this palette. So as always, I tend to start off with this set, which is my favourite, the Art Nouveau set. And as you can see, it's very, very well loved. And it's going to be even more well loved after this video, I think. So definitely straight away I'm picking up this coral pink, because look at that. Perfect match. Okay, so what other colours can I get out of this box? Where's my, on the back here? I accidentally like mixed, some of these swatches are not in the correct place. So don't take too much notice if you're looking at that. Most of them are, but some of them are not. Can you see everything? Just about. So I don't really have like a really like a grey blue like that. So we're just going to go with this nice light blue like this. In fact, we might go for both of these. So we've got, that's what I messed up. So this one is called Cobalt Turquoise Light. This one is called Pale Aqua. And then we need like a coral colour. Kind of feel like this is a corally colour. Let's see what else we've got in the other box, shall we? Could do ivy green or green grey for that dark green as well. Obviously I'll do the leaves in the green colour. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, so this would be a good one, wouldn't it? Olive green. This box is not so loved. I haven't used this one quite as much, or not half as much, to be honest. Yeah, I wish I had like a more coral colour like that. I'm thinking, what have we got here? We're upside down. So definitely I'm going to use olive green for my green colour, and then I just need to pick out that red. So what I might do is do red, which is above the olive green, 32 red, and then I might go back to my other set and pick out, I'm trying to think, do I have a coral colour in any of my other watercolour sets? I could take a look at my choosing keeping ones. I haven't got these out for ages. Oh, I got a paint on the box. That's a shame. I'm sad about that. These boxes are so beautiful. I need to take better care of things. So I thought maybe we could just have a quick look in here to see if there's a colour that's going to match my red colour that I've got. Got that really vibrant, in-your-face orange there, what I could use, but it doesn't really. Let me put it with the... So these ones are apparently, so these are still Japanese Gansai colours, but they are from the brand Kisho. No, I don't like that. So I'm not 100% sure on what these are, but somebody in one of my videos a while ago did say, when I first shared these, that these What Choosing Keeping Sale are from the brand Kisho. So it doesn't actually say that anywhere on here. Nope, not this one. That's a really lovely green though, isn't it? I haven't used these that much. That's not bad, is it? That is not a bad one, actually. Maybe I could use that. Should we see what it looks like? I'm not too bothered about things looking exact. I say this all the time when working with colour palettes. Oh, that one looks nice. But let's put that one aside for a second and we'll see. One last box here. I just like to use the colour palettes as like a place to start off with, you know, and then I'll match up as best as I can. But it doesn't matter if they don't match up completely. So I've got more of an orangey one there. Is that the same colour? 43. Oh, I didn't realise I had two of those. That's good. I'll use that one then. May as well. Oh. So now I'm wondering, do I want to use those two? Or do I want to use these two? Because these are very, very nice colours. It'd help if I could get it out of the box. Most of this video is just going to be about picking colours by the looks of things. It's the best part though, no? No, I like this one actually. I think that's a nice colour palette. I can see it's like quite cohesive and nice. Adding that one in just added like, it just went off the rails slightly. So we're going to stay on the rails. First nacho hair of the day. There it is. Every single video now. It's like if you spot the nacho hair, you win a prize. So I'm going to get rid of these. How lovely are all of these boxes? I love the cardboard boxes for my paints. The next thing I'm going to do is activate these a little bit. So my pipette or pipette went a bit like green inside, but I've really tried to clean it out today with like putting fairy liquid through it and everything, and it's not really, I really just need to get a couple more pipettes, but I've cleaned this one, so that will do. So lots of water in these because I do want this to be like really washy and lovely. And the next thing we're going to do is swatch our colours out. So my plan for this entire series is to fill a page up in the front of my sketchbook, a page or two with the colour palette. So this will be our page for today. And then I also want to fill some space up in the back of the book, just experimenting and doing any practices that I need to do. Like today, in this book, it sort of shows you how to paint the flowers with the brush. I haven't got the glue off of this yet. It's brand new, so I'll do that in a moment. Yeah, so I want to have a little practice because I've never used a filbert brush to do florals before. So I would like to swatch my colours out on this page, and then what else do I want to do? Yeah, maybe practice my florals on this page. I'm thinking that it might be nice to add in a few coloured pencils to this one. So in the last one I only used watercolour and then I used some white and gold gel pen. Whereas in this video with these florals I thought it might be nice to perhaps add a couple of details in afterwards. So I might not use them yet, but why not just match some colours to it anyways. This is like my little pot of favourite coloured pencils that I've got. So this is the like greens, blues, and well, I guess that's mostly greens, blues, and then this one. So this is like cool colours, and this is like my little warm colour pot of my favourite colours. So we'll get this red out because I've lost it now. So we got Luminant Scarlet. So I'm thinking I might only probably want 2. And then I know what colour that will really add to this, but it's not actually on the colour palette. And that's going to be my Indanfrone Blue, which is one of my favourite colour pencils in my Luminance range. I've got a nice new one here as well. And I just feel like this is going to be really good for adding some details in. You know how in watermelons they have pips? This is going to be my excuse for going off track with my colour palette here. Watermelons have pips and they're like a dark blackish blue colour, right? So I'm going to get that out just because I think it's going to look nice, but we can test it anyways. And then I'm going to get one other colour out, like a dark green, I wonder. Then maybe, or a lighter green. A lighter green might be nice to add some details. This is why, like, it's nice to just get inspired by the colour palettes. You don't necessarily have to do all the same colours and stuff. You can really have your own creativity with it and do your own thing. So I do have a lot of other coloured pencils. I'm just going to go for this one, I think. You know, I have a lot of other colour pencils, but these were like, I went through a thing in the winter. Well, was it the winter? Yeah, like February time, where I was really trying to like narrow down my coloured pencils to put in these pots, just so I can try and be a little bit more cohesive with everything that I do, but it's pretty pointless really. But it is nice to just have my little pots of pencils in my cute little Disney mugs. Another sip of coffee. Oh, I love coffee. I drink way too much coffee. I drink so much coffee that I didn't have any coffee the other day and I got a headache. It was like I had coffee withdrawal symptoms, I'm sure. So I'm just... When you get a brand new brush, apparently the best thing to do is just to keep dipping it in water like this and, you know, being nice to it. Not getting it and going... trying to break all the glue off like I used to do. I'm learning to try and be nicer to my art supplies, so this is like my brush is being christened. I'm excited to try this brush out. So first things first, we are going to swatch these colours out. So I'm going to pop that there for now and we'll swatch them down here. And then I'll write on them what their names are as well afterwards. Not too many of the colour palettes actually have 6 colours in them, or on them. I started off making them with 6 and then I soon thought like, oh, it's a little bit hard to make like a cohesive colour palette sometimes out of 6 colours. I feel like 5 is better. So that's the first one. This next one is a very well loved colour of mine. I don't really mean to always swatch in ovals like this, but you're joining me today, painting along with your colour palettes, pocket palettes, then let me know what colours you're using, what paints you're using. Let's just extend this down a little bit. And what you're painting today as well. Are you painting the same thing as me? I don't even know what I'm painting yet. I don't know how it's going to go. Could be a total disaster. Those two blues are just lovely together, aren't they? So the two blues, then I'll tell you all the names and everything just afterwards and do a little close-up. How are we doing so far? Pretty well, I'd say. This colour is like a really, unless I mixed my blue with white and something to mute it down a little bit, I'm not going to get that. And the reason I love using the Kuretake colours, and the reason I love collecting as many art supplies as possible, is because then I don't have to mix colours when it comes to the colour palettes. I can just grab colours, 5 or 6 colours, and go. But that's the way I like to work with colour palettes. Otherwise, I really love a limited palette and I love to mix my colours, so it just depends. Depends on the day how I like to work. I'm not like very good at the filbert brush, to be honest. Beautiful colour. So let's see what this orange one is like. Not far off. That is such a nice colour. How pretty. It's going to be nice working with the Kuretake again, actually. I really like using them on this textured cardi watercolour paper. Didn't mention that in the beginning. This is the cardi 100% cotton rag watercolour paper. Need to make sure to leave space. To write the names underneath. Next is this red. This is just called red, isn't it? I can't believe that, because I've had this idea in my head for a while making the pocket palettes, and I've sort of gone back and forth and tried to get things nice and like the boxes right and things like that, you know. And now they're actually here and people are actually using them, and I just think it's the best and I'm really happy about it. Got my box wet there. Yeah, I don't know, I feel incredibly grateful, so I can't wait to see you guys use them and see what you think of them. I mean, it's only the same as using other colour palettes, isn't it? Or like colour inspiration from places like Pinterest, or even the colour cubes as well. But I made these palettes. I love making colour palettes. This is such a nice palette. I like it a lot more than this one. Yeah, I don't think I'll use any of my mark making tools that I usually use today, like my micron pen or my gel pens or Posca pens. I usually always use them for my abstract watercolour art, but let's change it up a little bit today. This brush feels really nice to use, but a little bit difficult to control. So now I'm gonna just test out my coloured pencils without putting my hand straight in there. So we've got space here, so okay. I love using coloured pencils on a textured paper like this. A lot of people don't like it, but I love it. I seem to love weird things that people don't like. So I'll write it all down, obviously, but that one's scarlet, and then this one is called moss green. Whether I'll use these or not, I don't know, but I just thought it might be nice to play with. I probably will use this one for a couple of little details on my flowers. Oh, this colour. This colour is the best. In my top 3 luminance coloured pencils, this one. Oh, do you know what colour would go well? My Anthraquinoid pink. Let's do it up here. That matches this one, perfect. This is also in my top 3 luminance coloured pencils. Okay, so I'm happy with my little colour selection there. I could have also used like a light, even this is the other one in my top 3. So my top 3 luminance coloured pencils ever, like my top favourite ones, are the Indamphone Blue 649, Anthraquinoid Pink 571, and Middle Verde Gris 713. Those 3 colours are just gorgeous. They really are. Could use the Middle Verde Gris on this. It would actually match. Don't know if I'm adding in too much though. Let's put it down here anyways. Maybe. The point of these back pages are literally to experiment and try colours out and see how colours look together and stuff. So, and I really want to like label everything up. So in the front of the book, I'll have really lovely painting starting from the very beginning, and I'm going to do like a little title page on here. And then in the back half of the book, it's just going to be literally like swatches and tests and just colour palette exploration really. So by the time this book's finished, and I will be completing every single page in this sketchbook on this channel with you guys, it's going to be an amazing book to flip through. That's going to be a really nice project. So I'm excited. So I'm going to let this dry for a moment, and then I will label these up. I'll show you them again once they're dry, and then maybe we can do some little practices on this page. So I'll be right back. I just nearly had the ultimate disaster. What could happen? I mean, it wasn't really like that much of a disaster because there's only swatching pages, but as I lifted this paint up to look underneath at the colour, I underestimated how much water I had put in here, and it literally just splashed all over this. All over here. You can kind of see it a little tiny bit, but I managed to clean it up super quick, so it never ruined my little swatching page here. So that was lucky, but that was one of those moments that I wished I would have still had on camera. But I guess good job I never, because that was an ultimate fail. Anyways, I have written down the names of all of these colours. So we've got 602 Cobalt Turquoise Light, 15 Pale Aqua, 17 Coral Pink, 43, I don't know the name of it because the Choosing Keeping paints don't have names on them. They are in Japanese, so it's just got a number. But it's a little bit more orange than this, but I still really like it, and I think this is a really nice colour palette. 32 red and 54 olive green, and then also the coloured pencils there as well, which I shall leave on the screen in case you want to see, and they're all luminance. So Anthraquinoid Pink, Scarlet, Moss Green, Indamphone Blue, and Middle Verde Gris. It's like a green-grey colour. So now I thought, let's have a little practice. I was going to skip this step, but I am intimidated by this brush, so I'm not going to skip the step. I'm just going to have a little practice up in this corner here. So let's see how we get on, shall we? And I feel like this is a good way as well of seeing how the different paints react. So, or like the opacity of the different paints, because the Daniel Smith is obviously like a way more transparent, more traditional watercolour, whereas the Gansai Tambi paints are way more opaque. So you would have heard this if you know about these paints, but they feel very much like a mixture between watercolor and gouache, and you can definitely see that here from the difference in the opacity to this to these ones, especially with this, the Choosing Keeping one. I don't know whether the Kisho ones are more opaque or not, but that is like so much more gouache. But then I guess so is the olive green. But yeah, I do love the Kuretake paints. They're so much fun. Okay, so what colour should we choose? Let's choose this one just because I love it so much. I would usually have a mixing palette here with me, but I just don't right now. Right, so we go like this. What I don't really understand is how to get like a nice edge like that. And then again on this side. I don't know if it's really necessary to practice or to just jump straight in. So I'm not going to give you like the instructional pages of this book. Obviously I'm happy to like talk about the books and share them with you, but I wouldn't want to necessarily like share the exact instructions with you, because then you wouldn't want to like buy this book or support the artist who wrote the book as well. So that kind of feels like just not a very good thing to do if I share the exact instructions, is what Pooja, or I'm not sure if it's Pooja or Pooja, the artist who wrote this book. You know, I wouldn't want to like, I'm happy to talk about them and share my experience with these books and everything, but yeah, I don't think it would be right for me to give you the exact instructions on the page. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, you can copy what I'm doing. The way she does her flowers, like, I will just show you quickly on this page. Oh, it's such a big, big book, this one. It's so lovely. So she does them like with little dashes coming out like that, and all the petals are all different shapes. So you could kind of just do like big ones, little ones, all different shapes, and then do the leaves coming out as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not sure whether I'll even like leave any areas to dry. I might just let it all sort of touch each other. And sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. I will just let like all the flowers and the leaves touch, and then perhaps go in after and add some of the details with my pencils. So I want to get a smaller brush ready. So I've got this one. I think we'll do this one. So this is a size 8 Princeton Aqua Elite. Maybe I will just get a little mixing palette, and then like you could do some middles like this. Yeah, and then like let the middles sort of blend into the flowers. Oh, I think this is going to be a beautiful page. It's going to be so tropical. Let's have a little practice with a leaf. I can do leaves like this already, so that's good, but I love using like brush control for things like this. I'm not very good at it. I haven't actually had much practice, but that's what these videos are all about. Isn't that a lovely combo? This olive green with that orange. Wow. Okay, so I'm confident, I think. So while I was waiting kind of for that to dry, I put like, it was nearly dry, and then I put a piece of paper there just so I could mask off this, and I unintentionally had the exact right colour washi tape to match my colour palette. So look at this for today. So I'm really, really excited after trying this one out. Let's try a little blue one out quick. May as well just fill this page up now, and do you know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to let this dry and then I'm going to get on with the video, because my last Pocket Palettes video was like an hour and 20 minutes long and I didn't really intend for it to be that long, and I think this one is heading in the same way. But I know that you guys who enjoy watching my videos enjoy longer videos because you always tell me, so hopefully this is okay. Let's just have a little practice then. I know this isn't dry, so this is not like the best idea of things to do, but just to add a little bit of darkness in this middle bit, and then you could even go like, yeah, it's not dry, so this is not the, don't do this at home because you might rip. If you go on top of a not dry paper with like a hard medium like a pencil or something like that, you could very well rip the paper or go like straight through. So I don't, you know, don't do this until it's dry. Do I like that? Maybe it just adds a little something, you know. All dry, it's time to start painting, and I'm just gonna, I was just interested in seeing what this looked like if it was actually dark, but yeah, I think it adds something to it. What do you think? I don't know. Anyways, let's get to this because I have a very, very bad habit of like just going on and on and on forever, really. Actually, what can I do here? So I've got my little ghost palette. He's a little bit stained green from something else I was doing before, but I'm going to use him because I love my ghosty palette, and I actually have a couple of these just because I bought them all up out of Poundland at Halloween because it's the best painting palette ever. And he's like a little mascot for my videos now. Anyway, stop talking. Let's go. It is just better to have a palette because then you can like be more in control with your watercolors. So if you see what I mean, you know, you can add a little bit more water to them, mix them, you know. So I'm going to, can hear my mother in my ear now telling me off for the way I speak. Do some petals. Well, it was a good job that I just checked my phone because my storage was full because I'm recording everything on my phone now. I checked it, but we didn't miss much, only a small amount. I had a little change around on my desk because my palette being here was very restrictive. And I also tried putting blue in the middle of my orange flower, and that was a giant mistake. So that's what you missed, but we'll get straight back to it. It's a good job I checked my phone then, because I could have recorded this entire section and not even realised. So yeah, putting blue in the middle of that orange, I should have known, you know, how colour theory works. But it was not the way to do things. It went muddy in an instant, so I like dabbed it off, or at least I tried to. So now I'm just going to try and go back over where I've done the orange and then put red in the middle instead. So I don't know what I was thinking then. I could really do without my phone being full all the time now. I have just deleted a load of videos that I just haven't deleted. Problem is when recording videos for YouTube, it's just, it takes up so much memory. I'm on like, my husband bought me a 4 terabyte memory, what do you call it, an SSD for my PC for Christmas, which is like the best present ever because like I feel like I'm so rich with storage now. Oh, Amber, I need to calm down. Look what I've just done. Smudged it everywhere. Oh, how can I fix this? Today is a day of disasters. I think that I'm going to try and like mop this up. Good thing with like watercolours is you can do this to some extent and sort of lift your mistakes away. Not 100% sure about the Gansai, really. Seems it's a bit more opaque. This is like 3 things that's happened in this video. Well, one of them you didn't see. When I tipped the blue paint all over my page. Now I've just smudged on my hand. That's okay, we're going to fix this. I'm going to leave that there for a moment and we're going to move on to like this area in the book. Obviously my ghost palette is not good there either. I'm laughing, but I'm feeling the pressure. Seems I'm on video right now. Let's try something different. Let's do a nice coral colour. Or, yeah, this is coral, isn't it? A nice coral colour one. We're going to start down here. That's it. If you start from the end of the petal, then you get a nicer edge. Do you know what I mean? A nicer, like, end of the petal. That's it. So I'm going to leave that just for a sec. I'm going to go up here. Start from the end. And then we can go like that. The really great thing is with flowers, you can do any real shape, can't you? Because, should we mix a little bit of the orange with this? Let's do it. Yeah, the good thing is with flowers is they can be any shape, can't they? There's a million different flowers out there. How is anybody going to know what the one is that you've actually painted? I don't think we're going to notice this in a minute. I think it's going to be crisis averted. Then we're going to do another one of these ones up here. So, oh, look at the way that's like mixed on my brush. What a pretty colour. If you are following along with me today, I hope you've got on better than I have. Oh, this one's going well. So we'll do some of those little ones like she does. It's almost like the flower is facing a different direction when you change up your brush strokes, you know. Don't want to do that though, actually. I feel like I've messed what was a nice flower up there. Let's do another orange one down in this corner. Another dog hair. So yes, I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do... Ooh. Hang on, what's going on here? That'll do. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, put this down here again, is do red middles rather than blue. I'll do blue and green leaves. How pretty. Red middles. At first I was going to do, oh look at that, that is intense. I was going to do some like watermelon slices and sort of do that really abstract. I don't know if you've ever heard of the artist Omar Wynne, but she does these wonderful fruit paintings and they're so loose and expressive on her sketchbook pages. So I might do another one on this page. I might not. I'll see. Maybe that can be another video. It could be like a bonus video or something like that. But I really do want to like challenge myself to fill this entire sketchbook with you guys. So if I do that, it'll be a bonus. Okay, shall we do some blue flowers and then maybe do a pink inside on the blue flowers? I find it so difficult to not turn my sketchbook. Do some like that. My flower shapes started off so well. Look at that. I love that. Why can't I do that again? Should we add a little bit? I would just really like to do green for the leaves, so I think I'm going to do blue flowers and red and orange flowers and just save the green for the leaves. Okay, that's quite nice. Let's do a big one. Smudging your hand on your page is such a rookie mistake. How did I even do that? And then perhaps a little bit darker blue in the middle. Or should we add some dark blue to there? And perhaps do pink inside, you know? I want it to be going off the paper. Yeah, one here. It's quite opaque because I've got quite a lot of paint on my brush. Look how that one's come out. That's lovely. Have fun. I'm having fun now. It wasn't 5 minutes ago. Must make sure to keep checking my phone. Okay, so quickly wash my brush out and then get my other brush before it all dries too much. And do some pink on the insides of these lovely flowers. Ah, so pretty. How are we getting on with the colour palette? The blue is definitely more blue, and the other, like that nice green colour that I had in that other set of watercolours, or Gansai Tambi, would have matched this better. But this is still a really nice colour palette, so it's fine really, you know. What I could do in the end is go in with, where is that colour? Is it this one? No. I've got more of like a, that's a little bit too, I thought I had like a turquoise colour here. This one maybe. Maybe I could add a little bit of this in, but maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So what do we want? So this needs to be fixed here. So kind of fixed it a bit. So we're going to go back on with our orangey pink mix because I do quite like that. And for the third time, I'm going to go over this flower. It's not going bad. If I did it a little bit bigger, perhaps. Then we could mask some of the mistake, but I think the green's going to mask that anyway. So should we do one more blue down here and then we'll put some leaves in? I'm excited for the leaves. I do enjoy doing leaves. One more blue, did I say? Yeah, let's do a light blue down here. That light blue is so light you can't see it. Add in a bit of the dark. Do we think that is enough flowers? I think it might be. Should we add a bit of red into the blue? Good idea or not? Yeah, it's a good idea. That looks quite nice. Where a lot of the Gansai Tambi colours are already mixed with white, you can get like a chalky feel a lot of the time when you add too many layers. You can definitely get like a bit of a chalky feel, like the colours don't come out as bright. But okay, time for leaves. So we'll start off in the top right corner. What a beautiful colour green that is. And then we're going to work our way out. Leave some white space. What I was going to do was let the leaves, the green, touch with the flowers, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. I'm going to try and not let that happen. It's okay if it happens a little bit. In fact, I do think I want it to happen a little tiny bit. Some of these have come out nice. I'd definitely like to practice. It's what it's all about, isn't it? Like, this is my first ever go at doing anything like this, so bear that in mind for yourself as well. You know, if you don't like what you have done for your first try, don't worry about it. Try again. You'll do better on the next time because you'll learn what you should and shouldn't do, you know. I used to get so hung up on like, oh, this sketchbook's ruined now, you know. I can't believe that that's how I used to think, really. But like, it's definitely took some practice to not feel like that anymore. To not feel like, oh, I really don't like this page, so my sketchbook's ruined now. And I tell you what has really helped with that problem is, you know, when you do a few pages in your sketchbooks, you soon realize that one little tiny mistake just adds to the whole sketchbook. So how can I say that in like a way that makes sense? When the sketchbook is finished, I've only actually finished and completed one full sketchbook, but when that sketchbook's completed, you end up with like this log of growth, and it's just lovely to it's just such a lovely thing to look back on. So like, you look back on the pages that you liked, you look back on the pages that you didn't like, and I've found that I am even proud now of the pages that I didn't like, to be honest. These leaves look lovely, don't they, with the white space? And it tends to be the pages that you don't like are the ones that you learn the most from. So I just messed up a little bit on a leaf here. Shouldn't have tried to squeeze it in such a tiny gap. So I'm going to try and lift that a little bit more. Kind of works, doesn't it? I really like this one. I think this is my favourite flower that I've done. Not as much as the one I did on my practice page though. This green is like the perfect foliage green. I do love myself an olive green. I want some leaves to be coming off the side of the paper. Oh, what should I do with this? All is not lost when something goes wrong. And so if something goes wrong at like the front of your the beginning of your page, by the time you've gone in and put all your other stuff on the page, you can't even remember what it was that's gone wrong, because there's so much around it that's distracting you from all the stuff that went wrong. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. When I was editing the video for the last pocket palette video, episode 1, I noticed things in the painting that I did that I didn't like, but when I actually did it, the actual painting, I didn't even notice those things. So I don't know, we're all quite hard on ourselves, aren't we? Me especially. I'm very, very hard on myself when it comes to my art, but I am letting go of it, especially where sketchbooks are concerned. So to do really, really easy leaves, I mean, I suppose you can see what it is I'm doing here, but you just sort of go whoop, whoop. Does that help you? I like this one down here too. I love it, like adding colours in together and seeing what happens, and the red was a good choice. Let's go down here with this one. I don't like to add too much water on my brush because it feels like too much water. Do you know what I mean by that? Sorry if I go a little bit quiet. It's actually quite difficult for me to make videos like this. It's easy, but I put like a vote out a while ago now to ask whether you guys liked music on videos or just talking. And the majority of the vote was just talking, and I was really surprised about that. But then I thought, actually, that's the videos that I enjoy the most as well. But with just talking real time like this, and when I'm trying to concentrate a little bit, I do struggle with things to say. And the way I really, my favourite way of doing art is to either put some music on or put some TV on or some YouTube in the background. And obviously I love recording my YouTube videos, of course I do. But I find it a bit exhausting afterwards, after I finish recording ones like this, because I'm here for a long time. It's like I'm sat here for quite a while. I think this video is going to be about an hour and 20 minutes as well, probably. I don't even know what we're on at the moment, but I can feel myself like just getting tired. And losing what to say. Don't really like that leaf, but I've tried it again now and it's still not, I still don't like it, so I'm not going to bother trying again. I really love this colour green. Said that a few times, haven't I? Da-da, this way. Where am I missing some? I feel like that's quite nicely balanced. I need to look on my phone screen so I can see if it's nicely balanced. So what I actually do want to do now is add in some little love hearts. because I do love a love heart. I want to do... I feel like little love hearts will be like little mini, these flowers in like buds, you know? So it'll like add to the whole painting as well, which I think will be nice. And then I'll add some details in to my flowers, which in the book, she doesn't add that many details in, just a couple. But I would like to keep this quite loose and watercolory, so I'm not going to add too many in. Let's add another one in this corner. And then we're going to add in some orange colour ones and some red ones. Maybe we'll just do some red. I feel like we need a bit more red around here. It's a cute way of just filling up a bit of space, I think. So we've got 3 reds. We'll add in some orange. My little dog Nacho is now crying. He gets to this time of night. So I'm recording this quite late now. It's 9:15 at night. And he gets to this time and he just wants to go to bed. So he's crying at me now. Because he won't go to bed without me. I have to be in the room. But that's all he wants. My little old man. Don't know if I talk about my dogs too much on this channel or not. My dog. But I love my dog. My dogs. So weird now saying just dog. One of my babies passed away, and I still keep saying dogs. Like, I've got to take the dogs for a walk. I've got to feed the dogs. Just struggling to get used to it, you know. Maybe we'll do some green love hearts. Because why not? Hope you've enjoyed the second episode of Painting with Pocket Palettes. I have really enjoyed this, actually. We've been through some emotions today, for sure. It's been a ride, but I think we're going to end up with a really nice sketchbook page out of it in the end. Now he's choking. I have to mention my dog or dogs in the videos because they literally make an appearance in every single one. Whether it's Nacho taking in all of the air while he's having a drink and then choking, because that's what he does. My other dog, Suki, when we had her, she literally just moaned and grumbled until she got attention all of the time, or if I shut them out of the studio. Shame about that, isn't it? Like, I did too much red in the middle there and I've just added to it even more. Oh well. Yeah, Suki, she would like just want the attention, or if I shut them out of the studio because she wouldn't sit still when she was in here, then she'd just grumble and moan at the door. So I know, like, she will be forever remembered on this YouTube channel because they just always make an appearance in some way, whether it's barking at somebody coming through the door. So just adding in lots of dots in the middle now of my flowers. Might add, like, try and mix a little bit of that so we make it more of a darker coral colour for the blue. Hasn't this come out pretty? Do you think I should add a little bit of the Indamthrown darker blue to the middles of the flowers or not? Or some of the red coloured pencil? I feel like we could just add a bit of the red, could we? Yeah, that looks nice. Trying not to smudge my hand all over my paper. I think that looks quite nice actually. And then I'll add a little bit of the darker blue to the blue ones. Pretty. I won't add any more details to the leaves. Cool. Let's do in damper and blue. Not on the colour palette. I know. I want to. So just going to add a little bit of I don't know, depth, contrast to my petals. Quite like this flower now too. Oh, isn't this pretty? I wonder how we've done with the colour palette. Not bad, I'd say. Could probably have done better. Maybe I'll have another go on this page. I could even switch up these and try the different colour greens, because that would be fun. But I don't know how to put it in this series because I want... Maybe we'll do bonus episodes. Maybe. Maybe we won't. You'll see, won't you, in the next video what I decide to do. I think it would be nice to do something else. Am I done? I'm just going to dry this really quick with my heat tool. Yeah, so I can add like some little dots in the middle of my flowers. I don't know if that's something I actually want to do, or if I'm just perhaps adding too much now. I just want to add like more contrast. Flowers do have dark inside them, don't they? In the middles, usually. And I want to add one more leaf right here because I feel like there's a spot. I've forgotten how to do leaves now. This probably means I should be done. You know? Yeah, it's like a different shape to every other leaf I've done. That's okay, it doesn't matter. Cries inside a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, I really like this. I think it's very pretty, and I would like to have another go of doing this exact same thing but with a different colour palette as well. So I'm going to take the tape off. In the last video I realised that this washi tape, the MT washi tape, if you go too fast it will slightly rip the cardie paper, but it doesn't matter too much on this paper because it's already like all deckled and ripped and stuff, so it just kind of adds to it. I'm not very good at satisfying tape peels. Stick that to the side. Try and reuse washi tape as much as I can, but sometimes it is not to be. So the best flower I've done the entire video is definitely the one in the back, but this is very, very pretty, and what a fun way to experiment with a colour palette. What do you think, guys? I like managed to save that flower there, what I smudged, so that was good. It's got a lovely floral piece here. This is a very abstract floral piece from the other book. Almost like sundials, them ones. And like, I really don't like this middle bit. Oh, I really don't like this, what I did there. But that's okay. We learn. We don't do it next time. Look, the leaves on this page are better than the leaves on this page. So I'm definitely learning. Learning as I go. Yeah, so let's do now the middle bit, my colour swatches. If you want to go now, you are more than welcome to. This is just literally me wrapping up this video, and I always like to do the colour swatches underneath because I think that is a nice way to document these colour palettes. Do like that aqua blue. Oh, I've not done that in a really good place, have I? I can't. Do you know what? I'm gonna do this off camera. I want it to be in the middle, and I've just done that blue in a way that where my palette is not going to be in the middle. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm sorry if I have made you a nervous wreck as much as I have made myself a nervous wreck in this one, but I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you've learned something from my mistakes. I will catch you in the next video. Not sure what it's going to be just yet. Might even be a little bonus colour palette video. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more of this kind of content from me. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment as well. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you. Bye.